YouTube. And so I'll plan on just sending this out with the PowerPoint to all of our families. We fully recognize so many families are on their last leg and trying to get through an ice storm and power outages and have other things definitely going. So we get all that and totally understand. You know, we also understand that many of our families are sending their kids to our school pretty much weekly, especially K-3 with some 4-8 Lippy students. So we feel like our families understand our Evergreen school and kind of where we're at and all the precautions and safety we have taken. And so right now our K-3 students are coming every other day anyway. And we have a few 4-8 students coming that, you know, need a little extra help at this point. So I'm feeling like our families are feeling pretty good about sending their kids back to school at Evergreen School. So I'll be short tonight. I just want to really thank you for joining us. And if there's anything that we can help you with this evening or give you more information than I give you, like I'm sure there's more questions or your concerns or anything, please put those out for the good of the group tonight. We can all learn from your question. I will take questions at the end. I'm going to present just certain information tonight, and then like hopefully that spurs some questions or you have some other thoughts. We'll have some time at the end, and I will try not to take a whole lot of your time. But I'm sure I won't answer all of your questions. So there's no dumb questions tonight. The more you throw them out, the more our staff can be prepared for you. So I'll go ahead and present what I'm going to present, and then we can go from there. Can everyone see that? Okay. So tonight, we're going to be kind of just a little ice storm follow-up, and we're going to talk soft start, return to Fox hybrid, just some safety reminders, important dates, a new lunch opportunity for our Evergreen community. That's kind of exciting to at least end this year, and any questions that you guys might have. So that's kind of what we're going to go through this evening. I know some of this is what we went through last time, but our dates have changed and everything has been moved due to the ice storm. So I'm going to talk about them again and make sure we're all on the same page. So, you know, I just want to start with, man, what a rough week last week. And I know every time we get close to starting school and reopening, I'm not sure what it is, but something hits, and like Silverton was the epicenter of the ice storm. Like when you look at any news or broadcast or anything you see, Silverton was like dead right in the middle of that. And our community probably was hit harder than anyone. And so we were getting close, and we got hit last week. And I know many of you were affected with power outages and different things with your family. And we just want you to know at Evergreen that we are a community and we pull together, we help each other. And we would sure hope that if any of our families were in need, that you would reach out and let us know, whether it be water, food, housing, you know, bathing. There are still families without power at this point, and that's a tough go with families and no generators and certain things. And so please reach out to us if you know of a family in need that isn't speaking up, or anyone that we can help with, because that is number one priority for us and our staff and our school. And just know we started back in a learning mode after kind of Wednesday. And if your family is struggling with anything having to do with internet, power, access, you're feeling stressed, anxious, your kids can't turn in work, they can't learn for some reason, We are here. We understand that. There is grace in that, and your student will not be held accountable for anything where you feel like can't be done. And I just want to start off by saying that. So our orientation week got moved. Everything got moved basically 1 week later. And so our new start date is March 15th for our K-5, going into hybrid. And so not this coming Monday, but the following week is when we'll move into our orientation week. And so the week of March 15th, Monday and Tuesday are kind of like what we're doing exactly right now. Nothing will change. So March 15th and 16th, nothing will change. And then we plan on that week, Wednesday and Thursday, bringing in our cohorts, full days, 8 hours, 8:30 to 2:45, whatever that is, to kind of orientate our students of what that full day looks like at Evergreen School. So Monday and Tuesday we'll be talking, and kids have been in our school, but we will be talking about what PE looks like, what recess looks like, what lunch looks like, how we will walk down the hallways, how we will space. We will have PowerPoints, we will have class discussions. And then Wednesday and Thursday, they'll actually come into our school for a full day, and we will orientate them in person. And then Friday is back to kind of that week, comprehensive distance learning, and our staff learning from what just happened Wednesday and Thursday. So what went really well? What are some things we're going to take from that? What do we need to adjust? And how can we improve as a school from those 2 days to go to the following week to really kick off hybrid fully to end the year? Wednesday, we will run our full hybrid schedule, 8:30 to 2:45 for students in grades kindergarten, 2nd, 4th, 7th, and part of 6th. And Thursday, we will have grades 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 8th, and part of 6th of that week. And I will send this out, this PowerPoint, to our parents as well as the YouTube link. So you don't have to write down the dates, but we will have them here for you. But that's kind of what our orientation week will look like, and that's what it will look like, and we'll run it through that week. Again, as we go, if you have any questions, please write them in the chat, and Lindsay will at the end go through them in order of any questions you guys have so that we can answer those fully for you. We are not touching the orientation week for grades 6 through 8. So whatever it was to begin with, that is what we are rolling with. So they will still have their orientation week the week before spring break, and then they will start hybrid the week after spring break. And so we are not touching anything for the middle school. That all stays the same dates and everything else. Again, what will hybrid look like? Students will attend school 2 full days, 8 hours a day. The other 3 days are home learning days. And we just want to make it really clear to our parents and our, whoever's home with their students on those days, those are super important learning days. Mondays are not a day off. And any day students are home, there is learning material required. And it's important to us and our staff that our parents know that, and that students are held accountable, and our teachers will be sending home engaging activities and things for students to work on their days that they're at home. But those are super critical, that the work that we send them home with and Mondays, that they are held accountable and that there is learning happening. I think that's most of the details on what hybrid will look like. Really just safety information. Again, I think at sometimes we're trying to make it a little too difficult for students to return. In my mind, it's very easy. There's three main pieces that we have to do a good job of every single day. Number one, masks are required. All day long, every day, PE recess, students will be in masks. Social distancing, 6 feet, hallway traffic, playgrounds, that will occur. And we're going to do a lot of hand washing and a lot of hand sanitation. With those three things, we know kids are safe in schools. And we feel very confident that our kids will be healthy, safe. We follow those three main pieces, we're going to be in good shape. And then possibly a custodian daily. We don't have that now, but that is a good possibility. We'll have someone in our building wiping down surfaces and areas. We want our students to dress warm because we'll have ventilation and windows open. So coats, long sleeves, anything like that. Sorry, got a tickle. And we are going to have only essential visitors in our school. So speech pathologist, ELL, English language learner, learning opportunities, different items like that, but no parent volunteers at this time. Important dates, March 8th through the 12th is orientation week. And then full days on March 10th and 11th for our K-5. March 15th through the 19th for grades 6-8. And full day for March 17th and 18th for our grades 6-8. We'll have a spring break and then hybrid begins for grade 6-8. And our last day of school at this point is to be determined. We have our school board. We have not determined what that weather, ice storm has done to our calendar. So and then lastly, there is a possibility that any student at Evergreen School can take part in a lunch program for the end of the year. And this just came through, an opportunity for our Evergreen School. So I don't even know if our staff is aware of this. I usually don't like to come up with items that staff isn't aware of before they hear, but it just happened today. So I was kind of excited. But if families want to join and have this opportunity, their student can have breakfast, lunch, and sent home with a dinner at Evergreen School daily when they attend, so twice a week. And this would be delivered, and they would have that each day for lunch. It would be a sack lunch provided and a breakfast provided, and then they would be sent home with a dinner provided for that student. So could be a really good opportunity for parents if you took part in that. So more will come out on that. We just learned that today, and I will be sending out information to our parents and trying to get a feel, because we would have to know like how many would take part in this daily. This would be sent up from the high school, and we would have to have a really good count and know that, so that we're not wasting food and sending things up to kids that would not be utilizing that. So we'll be getting a pulse from our community and our parents here very soon on that. But really good opportunity, and we'll see where that goes. And I will stop sharing, and we'll kind of finish just like a recap if you have any questions on what I just went over. And then if there's any questions on any other item, we'd love to take that right now.
Okay, so there's just one. Is there a latest possible day for the last day of school?
No, not at this point. The new calendar, there hasn't been a new calendar. So right now the last day is whatever the calendar showed. We are kind of negotiating what that looks like and if the school board is going to add more days to our calendar. And so as soon as I know what that looks like, I'll let our community know. But I don't know. I think they've heard loud and clear that, man, we've had enough this year, maybe. And like, what more would that do? You know, we have an agriculture community, we have a farming community, we have kids that work summer jobs, we have parents that have planned trips. And so to tell you the truth, I don't know if it was in my hands. I know learning's so important, but I think it's going to be interesting to what that calendar looks like when that's finally approved, whether we hold and kids are done this day and that's the day. But I don't know exactly what that looks like.
I'm not seeing any other questions, but feel free to ask.
Yeah, feel free for our staff to please, anything you're thinking about that families should know that is coming up, whether it be classroom supplies or drinking fountains or filling water bottles. Lunch, we're asking that everything come in a way that kids can access on their own. Like, we can't have teachers helping kids get into Ziploc baggies or tearing things up or opening things. Our staff has to eat at a desk way away from our students, and we can't have staff helping students open any food. We're not using microwaves, so anything that is sent from home needs to be a cold lunch and easily accessible for their students. That's a big one, I think, for parents to know.
What fund would the lunches come from? District funds or grant, or do you know?
The funds are just coming from a COVID fund that all kids K through 12 in the state of Oregon are to be provided a lunch if a family agrees to that or opts into that option. I think the state understands that families have been hit hard and lunches are hard to come by each day, and people are getting by and surviving, but it's tough. And so it's just a kind of a COVID fund that is going through the end of this school year. And Evergreen is able to take advantage of that. So.
Can the lunches be in lunch boxes, or do they need to be in paper bags only?
They can definitely be in lunch boxes. Yeah. In any way you want to send that lunch is great. Students just need to be able to get into every item. Especially the youngers, they can't open like bags of chips or certain granola bars, and they always have, teacher, can you cut this for me? And yogurt things at the end, and we're just not in that position to finish the school year. So.
On home learn days, will it be continuing online, or would we be done with online learning and just teacher provided learning?
Yeah, our teaching staff now will be teaching every single day, 8 hours a day to a student in their classroom. So, it's been really nice where teachers can get right back to parents and right back to kids and any help they need immediately. This is really going to change that. Like when kids are home and they're learning, there's not that support from a teacher immediately by an email or a Google Meet or anything like that. We're hoping to provide some assistance with our classified support staff with Mrs. Hipsch and Miss Barikoff and Miss Lindstrom for students when they're at home, that there's an option for them to work with those staff to help with any outlying questions or moving them forward. So we're going to set that up. But teachers will be teaching every day, 8 hours a day. So that's going to be kind of the big change, right, where we're going. And I know that's difficult, but for us to get back to 5 days a week learning in person, we have to take this step. So.
I'm not seeing any more right now.
Feel free, take your time. There is no dumb question. So if you're thinking something else, bus, arrival, departure, playground, recess equipment, anything like that, like all questions are great questions. Our staff at Evergreen, do you have anything for the good of the order? Any good input for our families that are on right now? I mean, you're always so quiet on these things. They're never quiet when it's just me and them. Like, they fire away, but like, I don't know.
I was maybe going to comment on what I think it's Bethany Stadley is asking on home learn days. Will we be continuing online? I think it kind of goes teacher by teacher, what we've been doing so far with our classes. We're going to continue to do. So if like in 4th and 5th grade, we're using the Edgenuity curriculum. So on your home days, the kids are going to be working through the same Edgenuity curriculum at home. And they'll have Mrs. Barakoff for windows of time for small group help. What K through 3 has been doing is kind of a mixture of some different online and some different textbook work. It's really going to look about the same, I think, for your home learning days as what it's been through the fall. Is that kind of what you were looking for, Bethany?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Thanks for clarifying that. There hasn't been a transportation route developed yet. All of our our cohorts have been given to Durham Transportation, and they are working on developing those transportation routes as we speak. Those will, when those come out, Mrs. Kinsey will publish those to all of our families and make sure that each of you have those routes and times and when and where and how, and especially, you know, when you need to get on. So those will be coming our way soon, but they're not developed yet. So.
Do we know hours of the day for hybrid, 8:30 to 2:45, or is it different?
8:30 to 2:45 when your students come to school. Yep. Our parent pickup and drop off will be the same. Nothing changes with that. And our kids are just going to get better with spacing as they enter our buildings and move throughout. They won't be able to go tackle each other as soon as they see each other on the playground and pull each other's ears and do all that. We're going to have to do. Miss Buckley's got a lot of work to do. I think she's already got them whipped into shape, those K1s. Man, watching them walk through the school and classroom, and if K1 can do it, we can all do it. We're going to be just fine. And our kids have been coming to school daily, every other day for 2 hours, and they have been absolutely amazing. And it's so fun to watch our teachers teach, and the kids so excited. And Miss Miller was having them pour water on stuff the other day. They were making a mess, and that was the best part of my day. The kids were just engaged and having fun, and that's what the end of the year goal is these kids haven't been in school for 10.5 months. It's going to be the best end of the year they've ever had. And that's our goal. So.
Mr. Murphy wants to know if anyone's interested in shoveling gravel.
We do have a big project coming up. Yes. So. Good pitch, Mr. Murphy. This was a good avenue for that. Do you want to speak about that?
Yeah, I was just going to say, is that for Carline?
Yes. And for the track. So we have two big loads of gravel came in. One to fill in divots and whatnot in the car line area. It did get graded. I'm not sure who provided that, but the district did drop off a load of gravel to finish the job in the car line. And they also got a big pile of quarter minus for the track, which I'm guessing it's going to take more than that because the track really needs a new facelift. I'm on the track, but the car line should be pretty easy if somebody's got a front loader of some kind and can just bring it down and kind of scrape it out flat, get it into those low areas. That'd be a fun little project. This track is going to be a little more delicate because it has been so wet. This time of year, if anything goes on the grass, it turns into a mud pit. And I would our field looks so good right now. I would hate to have somebody driving on it with a tractor. So if somebody had something small enough that it could actually drive on the track itself and just drop off, little loads around the track, and then we could spread those, that would be awesome. So I guess that's what I'm envisioning at this point. The gravel's sitting there until somebody else comes along, decides they have a better use for it, and throws it in the back of their truck. But it would be awesome to get that out so that once we have students in the building, we can be out on the track using it. If that's something that you or family members or acquaintances would be interested in, you can email me and I would be happy to coordinate.
Awesome. Thank you for letting us know what we need. Those are both kind of important projects for us. So anything for the good of the order before we will not have a town hall next week. I feel like all of our pertinent information is to you with dates and start times and arrivals and anything you need. Please feel free to email myself at any time or any of your teachers or staff. We're here to help you and help through this situation. And if you have any questions in regards to lunch or maths or what does it look like or supplies my kid needs to bring or anything, please discuss that with your teacher. I will send out the PowerPoint tonight with all the dates and the recording for any families that were not able to attend, or if you just want to look back on the dates to make sure you have those. Yeah, we're ready to start rolling here in a hybrid really soon, and we're excited for our orientation week to really move that step forward. And if there's anything we can do for any of you, please let us know.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everyone.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
Bye.
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 Bye, buddy.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
See you later.
Hi.
Hi.
So we're not quite sure what the plan is because we're not coming into the doing the, is it called hybrid here?
Yes.
So we're just not sure what we're doing next. I mean, we're not hard to please or anything. We just don't know what our next steps are. we'd like to stay connected with the Evergreen community. I have a shovel. I'm willing to. I have fond memories of fixing the track at my elementary school. So I'll send Mr. Murphy an email, but
Awesome.
I'm not sure as far as how Zeph will access schooling. We're just not sure.
Sure.
And
Now,
Caitlin,
you're staying in CDL, right? Comprehensive Distance Learning?
right.
Okay. I know that they are working on the staffing for that right now, and they're working on who as teacher will be district-wide. So you should be getting information on that very shortly.
Okay. Will we still get because again, we want to be involved with the community. Will we still get updates for things like gravel or whatnot, or and from whom will we be getting communication regarding the CDL?
You'll be getting that from the district. And when I say the district, I mean the district office, as in they're the ones that are putting teachers with the grade levels of students that are still trying to, grade 1 CDL. They're putting this, so that teacher will be getting in touch with you and your family when they have established what grade level they are teaching. So that is all happening this next week.
Okay, so say if I haven't heard anything by next Friday, who would my point of contact be?
The district office, and I would email I'll find out for you. I'll get you any information you need. So if you want to email me, I'll do all the work for you, I guess, instead of you calling all these people and trying to figure that out. Just let me know by Wednesday if you haven't heard. And,
okay.
And I don't want to wait till Friday because you're supposed to kind of start that next week. So if you haven't heard anything by next Wednesday or Thursday, just call me or email me and I'll do the legwork for you.
Okay, great.
I can text Caitlin his email and number if you want me to.
I've got his email loaded
you have
up in whatever.
Okay.
I will say, wow, Miss Buckley has been amazing, and that it's been really impressive just seeing his growth and participation, and we look forward to rejoining y'all once pandemic is officially over or whatever.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I know she was really sad to lose you, but we fully know you'll be back, and we appreciate that a lot. So,
good. Well, and it sounds like you guys are doing great, but
yeah.
With your plan and everything, good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a great night.
You as well. Bye.
Did you oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna